Hey guys, I want to talk to you about kids. You know, kids these days, they're so stuck on being alone or in their room or playing video games on their phones all the time. And if you think that's healthy, it's totally not. Just remember what we were doing when we were growing up. And I'm 48, so if you take my age and you put it in perspective of what we were doing when we were growing up, we're outside, right? Always outside, playing, checking out trees, watching cars, watching planes go by. We're always out there doing something, learning something, finding something new. Now, the new thing is technology, so everybody is on their phone, but the bad thing is that not all the people out there, or kids or children, are looking for something new on the phone. They're just looking at stuff that already exists, right? Stuff that somebody created, and most of the time it's fiction. It's a lot of fiction these days. So how are these kids watching all this fiction and all this nonsense and not going outside, becoming one with nature, understanding how the world works, how things operate, like outside in the garage or in cars or in the kitchen, just something other than being in the room? How are they supposed to know what their future is going to be? Right? Because they have to learn it somehow. Like, you're growing up as a kid and you're outside and your parents are, outdoor people, or, they invest in you. Then you say, well, let's go outside. The shuttle is going to take off, for example, right? Just an example. And the shuttle goes off, and then they watch it and they're just blown away by how cool that was. And then they say to themselves in those moments, one day I'm going to go to the moon. I'm going to be an astronaut. That's how the vision starts, right? But if these kids are inside all the time on these video games and on all these TV shows that are fictional, when they get to high school, they still don't know what they want. They're playing more video games. They have more freedom. They're getting older. Parents don't care as much, right? Because we bug in the parents, so the parents like, oh yeah, just go play video games, just go watch TV. You have nothing else to do. Because you're tired, because we overwork, because the whole system is broken, that we get ourselves so exhausted that we forget about our children, and our children grow up themselves in the world with the world's technology. And then when they get to certain ages, because I've hired so many kids with these degrees, biology degrees, English degrees, just all these wonderful, gifted degrees that you would think they would be going to work and look for jobs or something to do with that degree. And I usually ask them, hey, why did you get this degree if you're not going to use it? They go, because my mom forced me to get something. You have to invest in your children. You have to question them and quiz them to see what they want to do in the future, and always bug them. Make a list for them and then edge that list down to less and less so that we could figure out together how we're going to come through this world as a family. We're going to invest in them to see them through their gift and their talents, but they don't know because they're not outside. They're not trying to figure it out because they're stuck in these four walls doing the same thing every single day. And then when they age out, they get out of the house and they're just working some job that just to pay bills, and they have no value in their life. We wonder what's wrong with them. We're accountable for those kids, right? And everybody that's an adult working with kids, you're accountable for them as well. You need to invest in them. That's how you change the world. Not just your children, all the children. And even the adults that are around you, so they can invest in their children from the values you give them, because you are the light in the darkness, remember? So don't give up. Everything that is wrong right now started somewhere. Remember, cause and effect. And it started with us as individuals in this world making the wrong decisions. And most of those decisions are the past, driving them, reliving them, talking about them. And the news is the worst. I love news because I like to know about stuff. But we talk about it so much that it gets programmed in our heads. And you remember, when we think of something, it becomes reality. So like these kids too, when we're talking about these kids, so think about it, right? So if you're watching news all the time, or you're watching the same thing over and over and over, and it's the same problems, you're going to become it because you're thinking about it so much. How are you not going to become it? How could you not become it? If you think about playing tennis every single day and practice every single day, you're going to become number one. If you go play basketball and shoot that ball every single day and practice every single day, you're going to become number one if you want to. How bad do you want it? But the same thing when you watch whatever you watch. Keep watching it. Can't wait to watch it. You're going to become it. Same thing with the past. Think about it, think about it, think about it. You're going to become what you're complaining about. I'm trying to help you guys. This is very, very easy. You just have to want to do it. And you just have to apply it. It started with our children, and all the children is a crucial thing. Just remember what Whitney Houston sung in The Greatest Love of All. If you don't know The Greatest Love of All, I used to sing that when I was growing up, you know. I was in a choir. And she sings, I'm not a very good singer, so forgive me. I believe the children are the future. Lead them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Those are some powerful words, and she sung this thing years ago. And there's some of the answers that, you know, we're looking for, that we need to try to invest in these children a little bit better. Get rid of the video games. Or, you know, if you want to keep it, again, everything's good in moderation. Want a piece of chocolate, eat a piece of chocolate. Wanna play some video games, 30 minutes. Find something else to do. You get your fix, right? It's just like eating a piece of chocolate. Dopamine in your brain, right? Satisfy it for a little bit, and then outside and get in that dirt so you can get that bacteria in you as well. You know, it's all connected. It's all connected like this. Like this. All right, I hope this one brought you value today too, because, you know, I like to talk about kids because I'm invested in my kids mentally and physically as well. But again, it's their choice, but we have to make sure that we could at least push them so their choices could be better for the planet, better for themselves. All right, we only get one chance at life. 77 years. Let's get this done. Love always. John Dowsing.